All right, everyone, we are now joined by Ross Chastain, driver of the #1 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet. Ross, last year you raced your way into the All-Star race through the All-Star Open. This year you are locked in with 2 wins already this season. How's that feel?
Oh yeah, it feels great. It's a lot of FOMO whenever you're not in it. So you just feel like you're in the Cup Series. You need to be in it with teams like I drive for. So yeah, last year was a lot of pressure, and now I thought it would be easier, but it's been no different. I've put a lot of pressure on myself, and we put a lot of pressure on us as a team to keep performing the way we've been this year.
We will go ahead and open up 2 questions for Ross. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. Who'd like to start us off? Start with Holly Kane.
Hi, Ross. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. The question probably everyone wants to know, how are you feeling? And tell us about yesterday after the truck race.
Yeah, I feel good. Odd deal. Looking back and trying to figure out what went wrong and why that happened. With our AMR staff and our medical staff that travels with us, they know me. They see me every week, and even whenever I probably don't see them, they're walking through the garage and watching us, and they see us after crashes when we go to the care center. So as soon as we walked in, Kevin's like, "Yeah, man, you're dehydrated," and I was like, "Man, and we got to talk, and we were talking, and then last night I got to thinking about like my week, and I think I just got lazy and I just didn't hydrate enough. So I was fine in the truck. I mean, it was hot. I'm not gonna it was hot. It was a hot race, and I went to get out, and I went to step out of the truck like on the floorboard, and my left calf locked up, like it cramped, and then my left hamstring, and then my hips both did when I was on the door of the truck. So there was somebody from the medical team was there right then, and like nobody else was even around me, and he asked if I was okay, and I told him no, and he helped get me out of the truck. Like I was already sitting on the door, and so he got me out, and I laid down and felt okay, got up, and then was like, all right, I probably need to go on in there if it's going to cramp that bad. I've never had cramping like that, and and then that amount of pain comes in. Creates lightheadedness and all that. So, it was. It's not fun, so I'm not going to let it happen again. I've definitely with the IVs last night, and then what they recommended for water intake today, and probably get some more before the race tomorrow. So, I'm just staying in contact with the medical team to let them kind of guide me on what they recommend. I do. I swear. I think I said it last night. I don't know what's in those bags. It makes you feel like a superhero. It is awesome. It's all kinds of vitamins and minerals and potassium and everything that we need that I should have been taking in naturally and more just natural throughout the week that I got lazy on. So it's straight into you, and I'm halfway through the first bag. I was like, I'm ready to go. But I've learned, because I've had probably 4 or 5 times throughout my career went and got IVs, and it's worth it to go ahead and get the second bag, and really try to prepare now for 2 more days on track. It's want to be at 100%. Yeah, I feel good though.
Go to Jerry and then Justin.
It's watermelon juice.
I agree. I don't know why I wasn't eating our own watermelons.
It's Jerry Jordan, kickingthetires.net. Okay, so the All-Star race is one of those events where it really doesn't matter if you don't win. That's all that matters is you win. So it's $1 million. What does that mean for Trackhouse if you were to pull this off for the whole organization and for you?
Well, I mean, it's money. Let's just call it what it is, right? That's the whole reward of it.
There's some bragging rights to this.
I mean, winning in the Cup Series, Jerry, it's just that is what it is. So being competitive and competing is really my motivation. I want to come to the track every week and compete. That's really my whole life goal right now, is just competing. So if we're not doing that, then that's what we're going to work towards, and that's what we're going to try to win the day. So whatever that is, today's practice and qualifying, and it's a wild. We were just kind of going through it before I walked over here. Like, remind me again how this, like, the lights, and there's a buzzer, and is there like a laser system, or is it just by the eye test of if you jump early? Like, trying to understand all that is it's cool. Like, I've always watched all-star qualifying. I mean, used to, they came off turn 4 at 100 and something miles an hour and tried to slow down, do a pit stop. We're not doing that, but this is a bucket list item that I'm getting just to qualify for it, go through a qualifying event where it's not normal, right? We're going to do one lap, and hopefully we're top 8. Then we get to really do the cool stuff, involve our pit crew, and go fight for the pole.
Go next to Justin.
Ross, you guys have had a ton of momentum. You've led in the last 4 races up until the spin at Darlington. You were running up at the front. Kind of explain that. Like, what has this year been like for you personally, and then being part of such a strong team that's probably been the biggest story of this year?
I don't know if I can explain it, because I can't even believe it sometimes. It's everything we're working on is to keep being better and keep being fast and keep competing in the Cup Series, like I said. But when I lay down or I watch film back from this year, I'm honest when I say I can't believe that I'm watching the 1 in 99 compete the way we are. It's just not supposed to happen this way. And I know Justin doesn't like me saying it, but, like, I don't view myself as a competing, winning Cup Series driver, and I prepare to be one. I believe that I'm the best driver. I think that if you don't think that, you shouldn't be in the Cup Series. But every driver strapping in today for practice should think they are the best driver. Nobody's better in their car than them. They are the best. And if I believe that. But man, like, I watch us lead laps. I watch us pick up spots on pit road. Control restarts, push on restarts in the front 2 rows. Like, that is so hard to do. And I've watched it for 10 years of my career, from 2011 until this year, really competing. There's a lot of losing that came along with that, so I'm very conditioned to losing. And although I don't want to sound like I'm complacent with it, I got to a spot in my career several years ago where I just realized what kind of my potential was. And now Trackhouse, Chevrolet, Phil Surgeon have given me this whole new lease on my career and given me this opportunity to compete. And we've been preparing for this for years, but to actually go do it is just hard for me to believe, honestly.
Come up front.
Hi, Ross. Dawn Hall, Tracksmack Radio. I know how closely this organization works together, both teams. With you already being in, is there a lot of focus going into the Open and stuff on really trying to work hard to get Daniel as well racing his way in and not having to hopefully depend on the fan vote if not? But are y'all working together on it, exchanging information and those kind of things to really try to help get that team in there as well?
Yes, and it's no different than in any other week. The 1 in 99 teams work out of the same hauler. On the brains side of it, they work in the same office at Trackhouse headquarters in Concord. I mean, we fly together, we live life together, and especially the crew chiefs, engineers, and mechanics, and pit crews. I mean, that's a given. But the cool part about this event is that the open cars go first. It's just like an A and B practice for a normal weekend. So it's just like we're split up in A and B. He's going to practice in A, and then we're going to practice. And what, unfortunately, or fortunate for me, we will learn from him whenever he practices. So we will be able to make adjustments going into our practice right after the open cars for the All-Star cars. So then we'll give him our feedback as they go into qualifying, and we'll give them our feedback for them going into their open race. It's no different. It's pretty incredible how much I've learned from Daniel. We're similar in age and we're similar in a lot of things, but he's been in Cup longer than me. He's been mentored by a lot of people that have been in the sport a long time, and I have too, but not at this level. and the like I was just talking about, and I catch flack for it because I just don't view myself in a lot of ways. He does, and he knows that, and he knows his potential, and you know, I'm trying to learn from him, and I'm sure there's things he's learning from me. I think, but it's wild to look back at our careers and see where the different walks of life we've came from, and literally the different languages we grew up speaking to now both being teammates here. He's just an awesome guy, and we'll learn from each other throughout these, you know, the practices and the open race, and hopefully go both compete in the All-Star race.
Come up front to Bob and then go to the back.
Bob Hockers, Fox Sports. I'm just curious, do you feel like you need to look at any of your kind of in-car hydration systems or anything else, you know, that you do to keep hydrated beyond what you do before you get in a race car?
Yeah, I'm looking at all that. I think I got lazy thinking it was just a truck race. I don't wear a cool shirt over there. I don't do a lot of things that I do in the Cup car, and I don't think that I need to change a whole lot. I think the week leading up, probably eat some more Sementis watermelon, probably just eat more watermelon in general. I mean, really, like, I know we joke about the watermelon, but if I would have eaten a little more of it, probably wouldn't have had the problems I had. So in the car, there's not a whole lot Nice could have done. I think that it was on me.
Go ahead.
Hey, Ross, Doug Rice, PRN. One of the collateral things that happens when you get success is that your fan base expands and popularity goes up. Have you noticed that this year? And are there some tangible things that says, okay, I've hit a certain level here?
Yeah, and I'm probably scaring some of them off with shirtless pictures from the care center hooked up to an IV. So I probably should have thought twice about that, but I was sitting there waiting on the second bag to get done and just thought I should tell people I'm okay. I saw a lot of stuff. They gave me my phone and saw a lot of stuff, you know, online of what people thought happened, and I just wanted to clear it up. So, I mean, yeah, the most tangible way to measure it is just the business of our racing, and the business side of Trackhouse and Ross Chastain has never been better. And for both cars, we're bringing on new partners. You guys hear us talking about it. You guys hear us welcoming new people to the family and to the house, and it's I think that's the best way. So, you know, go down the list of people that we're announcing, and we've got more coming down the pipeline. It's checking all the boxes, and then yeah, just social media numbers are up. You know, and that comes with its fair share of negativity, and that's okay. Everybody's got an opinion, and social media gives them that platform to share that. I've learned how to deal with that better, and you know, there was a time where one bad tweet would just make me delete Twitter off my phone and wait 3 days and then re-download it, and now it's like I don't mind, and I don't have to block people and mute them and all that. Don't get me wrong, I have a few people muted from years past, but it's big business racing. So if business is good, that's the sign that, I mean, I was up in some suites yesterday with the Worldwide Express folks. This is their first race on my car, and they also sponsored my truck and Dean Thompson. And just looking out, I just don't get up in the suites a whole lot anymore. I mean, used to, I was a fan in the grandstand, so I was always up there. But looking out, you realize how big of a deal this place is, and this track, and with the big screen and the billboards and everything being color coordinated across the whole footprint of this racetrack, and all the advertising that goes on, let alone on TV and cameras. And I mean, right, we've got sponsors on the foam safer barrier blocks in the wall. Like, that's big business racing, and proud that our stuff is growing and going good.
Well, Ross, thank you for spending some time with us.
Yeah.
Wish you the best of luck later today and tomorrow at the race.
All right, thank you.